Yes, we are Storyalysis, and we are on episode 11 of Frieren. Pierre, did you pack your
Yes.
stuff? Did you
Four.
pack your stuff? Four? Dude, in 1 minute, we're about to go on a winter journey in the northern
Oh!
You're telling me you haven't packed at all?
Well, Christian, I'm a tropical guy. I don't do winter, but for this, yes, I've packed some hot pockets. Fucking Canada Goose coat. Those are mad expensive. My Timbs, both of them, the brown and the black.
All right, Mr. Moneybags, sheesh.
Listen, ever since these stimulus checks, man, I've been living off of those stimulus checks from years ago. Money back Biden. I invested them, and just the profits tenfolded.
Wow.
Hooray!
Damn. Rich.
Crazy shit. It's a hard life, Christian. This episode, honestly, no, they've been on a high. This show been on a high since. Honestly, the last 5 episodes have been solid. Even the first 3, I love the introduction because you have to meet these characters. Like, some stories do it how they want to do it, but they're doing this great. Another thing that I like about this, before we get into this, Christian, there's something so nice about moving forward, but using scenes from the past that correlates with the present. Because it gives the writers this flexibility to come up with said scenes. To come up with said scene from the past. Like, all right, we're doing this right now. Okay, let's just have a flashback to tie that in. I like that. Because we're still seeing the story of how the gang came together as the new gang is moving forward. With these little correlation that Frieren is able to just dot and just, okay, I remember this. This happened like that. They touched up on faith so beautifully in this episode and the respect.
Right.
It's just...
I want to touch on that too. That shit was great.
I love that it's goddess, not God. Just,
right. Yep.
No, the atheists will love this. But yeah, the feminists will love this too. I thought of the fucking Ariana Grande song, God is a Woman. But I was like, I like that. I really do love that. It's unique. I haven't seen that before.
Mother Nature, it's called Mother. So.
But it's called Father Time. But still, that is true. Yeah. Mother Nature.
They're both referring to like this idea of a god, a being. So.
No, it's very beautiful. So yeah, we touched up on, I think what I brought up, mentioned the last episode, how she was being gentle with the warriors. Like, I'm glad we got to see the result of that. As in, she was being gentle with corpse, because they're already dead, or already had them under her spell, and they're just puppets at this point. There's no coming back for them. But the fact that she didn't blast them, which is solely due because Himmel was upset at her for doing that, although they're already dead, just to preserve their armors so they could have a proper burial, or to pay respect for the warriors they once were underneath those shields that they no longer are. So I love that because she was gentle with them. Even Graf Granat was like, that's the best thing she could have done as he's wiping down the armors so he can give them a proper burial. That was very touching.
And Frieren isn't even religious, but she still made the gestures that she's praying. And she got that from Heiter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, you remember what he said in Eisen's village?
Yeah, he said that, this can all be for nothing. He liked to believe that it would be... Wait, if you remember, so tell us. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm not remembering it verbatim.
Yeah, like, I was mainly referring to how he got them all to pray. Because he went down and he was kneeling in front of the grave, and I think Eisen was like, what are you doing? Or why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. And then he went on to say that, his perspective on the afterlife. And then I think everybody joined in the prayer. And now here, we see Frieren. She's adopted that gesture of respect for the dead from Heiter, and she's doing it here, even though she doesn't believe in the goddess necessarily.
Yes, because that's how these things should be approached. As in, whether your belief towards something is like yes or no, of course, but your respect towards someone else's belief should trump that. Like that doesn't say that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I believe in your shit. But the fact that you believe in it, sure, I respect that. You're entitled to your belief. This is an anime, and it's done well, how she paid respect to these things, because she mentioned it again when they meet Kraft. Like, hey, this goddess that you all mentioned about has never appeared since the genesis of this earth. So I can't believe in some shit I don't see, which that's a whole other topic of just faith, believing without seeing, which Kraft and Heiter beautifully did. But it's just the fact that she respect that. There's a TV show, Your Honor, season 2 of Your Honor. Christian, you'd love that TV show, actually. Like, a murder that a father's going to crazy lengths to help his son not get caught. It's very beautiful. The plot is nice. But in season 2 of Your Honor, there's a priest that comes in and he talks with Sophia. I think that was homegirl's name. Fia, yes. And the way he explains that although you're an atheist, I understand, but this is what my personal take on this is, and I understand your take. It was very similar, like in my head. Like how priests spoke to an atheist and didn't judge, heard her piece, said his, and just moved on. Like you shouldn't try to, just fucking like throw your religion and your belief onto others and expect them like it's either my way or no way. So for her ability to pay respect to her friend's belief that she doesn't even believe in, it shows a tremendous amount of growth and consideration and character as a person. So that's right. Pretty sick.
Yeah. She
even finished that with saying, I believe he's in heaven right now. No, he didn't say I believe. You're like, yeah, he's no longer here. He's in heaven right now. Which is something that's crazy. She doesn't believe in that. But Heiter believed in that. So for that reason, sure. Like, where is he? He's in heaven right now. Oh, no, but yeah, Heiter and Kraft, dude, they're like, wow. It's insane, man. It's like, the points. That's why another thing I mentioned. Like, if you give me points that are valid, I fucking like love that. Like, it's too cruel for the path you took to not be remembered by anyone. So since you don't believe in the goddess, that she will congratulate you on your righteous triumph on this planet, I will serve you. Well, not serve. I will praise you. That's mean like crazy.
You mean at the very end of the episode, right?
Yeah. Okay. No, but it's like the way these guys are extremely religious, yet so it's a whole different. The way religion is thrown in this show is the way religion should be. Like these guys are strong believers, yet extremely aware that other people can feel otherwise. Like she's not judged. They even give her an alternative. Oh, you don't believe that? Sure. Well, I believe. She has to exist. Like someone have to congratulate me. And since you don't believe, then I'll praise you. It's just that's just wild, man. It's not like since you don't believe, I'll ostracize you, get away from me. But since you don't believe, it's fine. Like I'll do what she is supposed to do for you because you don't have her in your heart. You don't believe in her, right. The goddess. It's beautiful shit, man.
Since we're on this, since we're at this scene, and you're talking about the religious themes right now. The line where Frieren said this, excluding the age of mythology, no one has seen the goddess, right? Or the goddess hasn't appeared since then.
Yeah.
And that one sentence, it established that there is an abundance of lore and history that has been considered by the author, which has ramifications on the present day. And, as you alluded to earlier, it's drawing a parallel in our world with Christianity. Because in Christianity, there's, the major event where God revealed himself through the birth and death of Jesus Christ. And this event is used as a split in the human timeline, because we have BC, which is before Christ's birth, and then after his death. I think there's another way to break out the acronym of AD, but after death, I think that's a common one. But in Frieren's world, this split is now marked by the age of mythology. And like you said, it's instead of the god, or instead of a god, it's just the goddess of creation. So it's a similar idea to the real world, but it's just tailored in a way where it fits the mold that's required in the world of Frieren. And it's so rich, and it inspires so much curiosity about what happened in this world for there to be this age of mythology. And I swear, it's like it does it all in like one sentence. Everything I just said, it's encapsulated in one sentence. And there's no better word to describe this show, I feel like, than efficient. That's why I keep using throughout these episodes. I keep using this word efficient because it really is
24 minutes. It doesn't feel rushed. That is true.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel crammed. At all. Yeah, cramped with information. That is actually very true. They're doing
even
this
during the less actiony scenes too. Like I'm always engaged, no matter what's being shown.
I too.
That's hard, right? Like that's hard to do for people like you and me who we need good shit to appreciate it. That's hard to do. Like this show should be a case study on how to write a story well. It really should.
Oh my god, there's so much trash out there. That is true, man.
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
So much garbage.
It's true. I was like some things are just bad writing, which I hate. Ugh. But no, this is true. It's one thing. This is not a defect, of course. This is not even a bad thing. although it feels like they've been moving from town to town and they've been having adventures, we're still 28 years after Himmel's death since episode 4. Which means since episode 4 to episode 11, it's been the same year that all that's been happening. Which is kind of odd because winter happened and it's been 6 months since that winter in this episodes. But we're still in 28 years. That's the one eyebrow raiser I had. I was like, it's been 11 episodes now, 4 plus 7. We're still, and I've seen a lot of shit happen. Like I've seen the temperature change. I've basically seen, I think, like 3 seasons so far. But other than that, go ahead.
So I wouldn't call it odd, but let me tell you why. So I mentioned like that this show is very efficient, right? So if they're going on a 10-year journey, right? In that 10 years, inevitably, if you're telling a story that's realistic and grounded, there's going to be lull periods where, not much is going on.
Right.
But when there is a period where something's going on, like the fight that we just had with Aura, that's when it's important for you to dedicate a lot of time to these events. But if it's something like this episode where for 6 months they're just spending time with each other, living off the land, like that's not something you would want to dedicate the same amount of episodes to, and which is why them condensing 6 months, that's so much time, and they quickly but efficiently skimmed over that in like the span of 5-10 minutes. So it's they're very precise with what they're choosing to show you and what they're choosing not to show you, and so
I get that.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be odd in that sense. It's like a good decision that they're doing it this way.
I understand. When I mentioned the seasons, in episode 4, they stop at that old town. Winter was upon them. That old town with a shipwreck that broke through that wash along the shore of the beach that Frieren and Frieren had to clean up the beach for the New Year's celebration. That was winter. It was still 28 years after Himmel's death. That's episode 4. Episode 11, there's a second winter. Like, sure, it's on a different side of the land because they're moving along the map. That's true. But the fact that it's still within the same year to experience 2 winters, 2 like hard like snow and cold. But again, it's a different region. So based on different geographical locations, can experience winter at different times. Regardless, that's the one thing that I was like, But at the same time, it doesn't feel like they're moving that much, which makes sense that all that can happen within a year. But
so you're saying like the weather conditions specifically?
Oh, winter and another winter? I would think it'd be like another year. I wouldn't think they're still in the 28th year after Himmel's death, is where I'm like getting to.
For me, how I would interpret that is I don't know the how weather works in this world. Right? I don't know that's true. The way that we don't even know if they're on like a globe, right? For all that's we know, true. They could be on a square. It
might be flat. That's true. Right. Yeah, there might be. Literally, they mentioned the edge. You're going to Hende at the edge. That's true. Exactly. That's true. You preserve shit, Christian. I will find something to break this show. I'm kidding. I will not. I'm not going in there to find anything. That's just how my mind works.
You could try. But it's gonna be hard. But you could try.
I like how now there's a sub journey along their journey because now Homegirl got to go get certified, and I like that that we can relate to how she is not up to speed with her certifications. Like rules and regulations change all the time, which same thing kind of happened in this world. Like years ago, a job probably only needed a bachelor's. Now it needs a bachelor's and a master's. Like years ago, certification might be for 10 years. Now you need to renew it every 2 years. So I like the fact that watching this, I'm like, I can see how this could be in our world also, because that's how it is in our world. Like, rules, regulations change so fast that it's hard to keep up. Are you up to date with your document? Do you have the required accesses needed? Are you outdated? Is this obsolete? So I like that.
Frieren's too lazy for that too.
Yeah, and she is too. Like that's so cool. So for that reason, they are still going to Hende, but they're making a pit stop to Haber.
Oyhurst, I think.
Oberst. Sure. Yes, and it's far beyond the shore mountains. It's just
these are all what is it? German
actual
names?
locations? Oh, never mind.
No, I think it's I think these names are German because I remember in the first episode I looked into the meanings of all the names. I believe they're German. Yeah.
No, so. It's pretty cool. Something she mentioned too, as they're getting ready to go to that place to get certification, she's like, the winter's deadly. And she's like, is it really that bad? In the war against the Demon King's forces, who do you think claimed the most lives? the winter that immediately made me think of Stannis Baratheon in Game of Thrones. Like from season 1, Stannis had the most robust army charging to go to King's Landing in Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, like diseases, like the winter, Ramsay had a piece, and then Lady Brienne came and finished him off. As in, like, his troop depleted little by little as he's approaching King's Landing, and the winter played a severe part in that. Because it was just brutal. Soldiers died, they couldn't survive. So when she mentioned that, I was like, I thought Game of Thrones is pretty cool. But yeah, and that winter really did look deadly as fuck. Like, that's insane. Dude, Kraft's like a physical shape, but at the same time, choices. Like, okay, let me elaborate on what I mean by choices. Knowing that you're freezing, but to exercise to keep your body warm, which is something that makes sense, but the discipline to do that, like, homeboy was squatting for a long time in there. It's like shit.
Also,
and yeah.
Do you recognize the voice of Kraft?
Oh shit, Christian, I do not. Where's he from? Obviously another anime that you've had me watch, but
Think of the Attack on Titan characters.
The Attack on Titan characters, Kraft to me would be the general who lost his arm. No, tragic. What was his name? What was the guy was like, oh, what was his name?
You mean
no?
Attack on Titan spoilers, by the way. You mean Erwin?
Levi's best friend?
Erwin.
Yes. So it's not Erwin. Nope. Tragic. Oh,
go ahead. Guess.
Oh, fuck. Is it Reiner?
No. Close though. It's close.
If it's not Reiner, then is it Bertolt?
Nope. Close though.
Is it Jean? Is it Connie?
Now you're far.
Now you're far. Shit. Okay, if I'm close, Marley. So if it's not Reiner, if it's not Bertolt, is it the Jaw Titan? I'm just looking at men from Marley, and all the men I can remember are just the fucking Eldian Titans.
Nope, but Marley's a good warmer.
Who's another boy? Who's another boy from Marley?
He's one of the big characters.
Oh, is it Zeke?
Yeah, it's Zeke.
That's Zeke? What?
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
That is Zeke.
I did not. I was gonna say Falco. I'm like, wait, Falco's a boy. Get out of here, Pierre. But that's Zeke.
Yep.
I like that.
Zeke. And
I like that actually. Oh shit. Who else?
Oh no. I was just gonna talk more about Kraft. Because there's a few things that happened that I want you to take note of. The first is Stark was being trained by Kraft. You remember in the flashbacks where they were kind of going through the 6 months and Stark was doing push-ups with
him sitting on him.
So that's one thing I want you to remember. The second is that he called Frieren young, because he said the last time I saw an elf was 300 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you're young, so. And he was talking to Frieren, who we know is fucking ancient. So, yeah, just wanted to make sure you remember that.
He mentioned the youth when you speak the religion. He's like, I don't believe in stuff. Frieren's like, I don't believe. He's like, well, I used to be like that when I was younger, when I was your age. I was just like, interesting. And he also said, I'll see you in another 300 years. I think he said, I'll see you in another half a century or some shit.
300 years, I think, yeah.
That is, okay. I remember that. But no, this episode was very, very nice, actually. It's like, wow. The way he noticed the flashback, someone that praised you, with Frieren talking to Heiter. It's like, I guess I'll praise you since you don't believe. The same way Kraft told her. Not Kraft. What's some boy's name? Kraft. Yes, Kraft the Monk told her. And then she's like, I don't have anything worthy to be praised of. And he noticed. He's like, well, you've been suppressing your mana. It's like,
yes. Okay. Good.
Damn.
Good. I was gonna bring that up too. Yes. Good thing you
not only that. A, noticing, B, understanding the sacrifice required to master something like that, to follow up by, that's the result of tremendous effort, which can take a lifetime to accomplish. Shit. Bro. So when he first met her and be like, she's just 1/5 of mine, he later find out that, oh shit, like homegirls are teasing me. She's not playing it all out. She's trying to be a good girl. She's
blue balling.
She's blue balling me. Oh man. But for him to help rebuilding an orphanage, because he too was an orphan, and for him to say, like, maybe I'll praise you for these things that you're doing, because who knows, someday a child of mine who'll become a mage might need those skills. Bro, I was like, oh, the foreshadowing, man, shit. Because that's his kid. Frieren is his kid. It's like, damn. Like, oh, I was like, shit. No, this is why I like when stories are moving forward and they're telling you the past. Because they get to, because you have free reign right now. Like, okay, and during their journey, I'm gonna make her go here, and then to channel her past there. It's beautifully done. Last, if I can sidetrack, every time I see this, I'm reminded of Slumdog Millionaire. Have you ever watched Slumdog Millionaire, Christian?
No.
Okay, that's all good. Slumdog Millionaire is probably in my top 15 movies. So whenever Frieren hears something, and they take us to a flashback, which is about that thing that someone from the Party of Heroes told her, it makes me think of Slumdog Millionaire. Slumdog Millionaire, this regular Indian kid, broke, who works at this telemarketing agency company in India, gets on this show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And you're asked questions to answer for money. Every question he's asked, Christian, this kid has to channel some of the darkest, most painful memories from his past to answer them. So everyone thinks he's cheating. The show host thinks he's cheating. Like, he gets beaten up. Like, he gets detained and interrogated. Like, how are you answering this shit? But it's from traumatic events. And the way this movie is written is just so beautiful. Like, if Slumdog Millionaire was an American movie, it probably would have popped up more than it did. Well, I don't know how well it did here. It's an Indian movie, but it's just so fucking good. It's probably made in America. I'm saying if it was based on American characters for American things, not an Indian character in India, it probably would have blown up more. But it's just, like, the way she's able to do that, but that movie's way more sad. Like, he has to remember some terrible things to answer these questions. But still, every time she does that, I think of Slumdog Millionaire, and I'm like, that's so cool. But it's some crazy shit. No, this episode was sick. Yeah, I love the touch on faith. I love the non, like, judgmental but very calm and accepting vibe from another person's faith and respecting that. That's beautifully done. That's what everyone needs to fucking start doing. But other than that, it was sick, man. The episode was good. They did this justice. They've been doing this shit justice. But yeah, it's fucking sick. We love it. Yeah. What else do you have to say, Christian? What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't have to say anything, Roy. I don't have to say anything. No.
I don't say anything. Okay, I'm going to sleep. All right. Are we done?
All right.
Bye. Oh.